This is the interior structure of the wall, which is just a regular stud wall with this base that can be picked. It's partially disguised at this point, which will be fully disguised so that it looks like it is seamless to the floor. And from here we'll build it up in the same sort of fashion as the stuff around the base, according to how Jane Crawford instructs us. Gives us kind of an idea of how the process goes, and that's probably done right now, actually.
We made the form in 3 stages, and then that way you could fill in one part of it and be satisfied with how it is, and then put the next part of the form on, fill that part in, and put the final part of the form on. Otherwise, if you have that one form, you'd have to reach all the way down to deal with it.
Gordon made the first garbage wall in 1971 in New York City as part of a show organized by Alana Heiss under the Brooklyn Bridge. And under the Brooklyn Bridge was your basic garbage dump. New York City was going through a garbage crisis at that point due to an economic crisis that had particularly affected New York City. He noticed a gentleman who was homeless had built a house of sorts under the bridge. And in New York in those days, most people lived in cardboard boxes, which are not very practical.
You know, let's shove some of that right down here, because we'll be able to see that nice color through this, whatever this thing is. This I think is best for stuffing. Oh, look at that. Wow. Oh, that's so cute. We'll find a special place for that.
Yeah. So that's good.
He thought, well, if I were homeless, what would I do in this situation? I have the advantage over this gentleman in that I have my degree from Cornell University in architecture, so I've got to be able to think of something. And he looked around, and of course the raw materials that were there were this garbage, so he thought, you know, he would use something. He would use the garbage to make something more structural.
I used to use one of those. I used one of those buckets from the acrylic medium. So I used 1 bucket of acrylic medium, and then half a bucket of another bucket of acrylic medium. Kind of eyed the dirt, and then a bucket from the acrylic medium full of water. On that wall, I just stuck it in places wasn't functioning so much as just
It was looking like cement. Well, let's do it.
Yeah, we can mix them up.
But he went on to make a number of these walls in different ways, experimenting with different ways to make them, thinking that they would catch on with the homeless people in New York, and that he offered the idea to the homeless people, saying, and to us, that we could do it better and differently.
It's like a milkshake.
Somehow playing with Gordon was really filthy.
I believe that, yeah.
In every wall that I've been a part of, we've added the tequila bottle, which is very important to me. Gordon was a tequila drinker, and he put tequila bottles in his walls, and so I've made a point of including it in the walls that I've made. This wall is fun because the Pulitzer Foundation organized children from a number of different schools to collect toys, broken toys, and things they didn't want. So I'm hoping that these children will come to the museum and they'll recognize the little faces of their toys or their little trucks or whatever, and see that things that they've decided to throw away are now what had been considered garbage is now considered art. And here it is in the museum, and they helped contribute to this artwork. That was the thing about Gordon's work that I liked the most, was its inclusivity. He wanted to involve everybody in art. He thought art should not be exclusive by any means. It should be inclusive, and it should be available for anyone and everyone. I think the Garbage Wall is an excellent demonstration of that. One of the things that's important to remember about the Garbage Wall is that it's comprised of materials that were once valued and which were made by someone's hard work. And I like to think about that when we're making it, that these things, although they've been discarded, still have value. The idea of entropy was very important in the 70s. Robert Smithson talked about it a lot. New York at that point was falling down. Buildings were deteriorating and derelict. And it was, in many people's view, a very sad time. Gordon saw the beauty in entropy. He saw that nothing stops, it just transforms itself. So he decided that as he felt he was a traditional artist, that an alchemist was actually one of the original artists, the man who captured the image of the bison on the cave wall was actually a magician, and that was the artist's role in the world too, to transform things into other things that people might appreciate in another way.